Oh, hello there. Welcome to Coffee Break with Dr. Sherman. I do indeed hope that you have coffee. Darth Severus, I'm glad you enjoyed the deliciousness of our thumbnail. I want you to specifically thank Mr. The Vulgan, otherwise known as Dr. Miller, for that particular thumbnail, because literally when I was just starting my SCP Foundation career, Dr. Miller himself made that Chowder thumbnail for us. So that is a Vulgan original meme, and we all should be exceedingly thankful. I don't know anymore. Today is a vanilla coffee kind of day. I only have 3 options at this particular stakeout location, so vanilla is the one we chose this time. But anyways, hello. Welcome to, I'm sorry, Lil Average Monkey. Does this look like my office? Does this look like the acoustics department? No. This is a stakeout location. I feel like this is an obvious thing. But, you know, I shouldn't judge. There's a lot of life experience in the world that might not have led you to seeing this as a different location than the ones I was previously streaming from. I can't put that on you. I apologize for my presumptiveness. Robin, thank you for being a member, as well as your first donation to today's stream. And let's talk about 2165. Really? Really? You're going to bring that to my doorstep? You're going to sit here and ask me about an anomaly that has been erased completely from consensus reality. That's what you're going to do. First thing I'm asked. Foundation staff is incredibly curious, which is a good thing, and trifling, which is a very bad thing. Let's just say there is a reason that we do not talk about SCP-2165. It is a level of we don't talk about, rivaling a certain Bruno we don't talk about. Grim Reaper, thank you for your membership to SITE-42. And actually, this is the only live I'm going to be able to do today. It's just a short coffee break. We probably have about 35 minutes. So this is a limited time. I've got a very had a very complicated situation today, and so our time is limited. I don't know what SCP-134 is, therefore I cannot tell you its particular wants or needs to breadsticks, Mallory. But you know what? I'm curious enough. I'm curious enough to look at 134 to see if it has a breadstick preference. So this is a description. seems to be an Asian girl between the ages of blank and blank. Oop, I'm getting a bit of a... Thank you, desk, for your quickness and help. Asian girl between the ages of single-digit ages, short black hair, slight build, subject seems normal in most respects, biological requirements of a human child, but the eyes are two black pits. Checking. Data expunged, as we did in the old days way too often. No hostile behavior, no knowledge of any deformation of her eyes. And on my site director back end drive, I'm seeing that although breadsticks aren't standard in the diet of Japanese youth, it did. Remember, SCPs are objects, not humans. That was a slip of the tongue due to empathy, which is a sin that I will make recompense later on. It is an anomaly. And it seems it has taken a bit of a liking to garlic bread. So if the breadsticks are garlic breadsticks, then the answer is yes. Checking in here. Cooper, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Oh, wait, Robin, I did not offer you anything from the commissary. You need to get some coffee from the commissary. Specifically, the new coffee shop in the East Wing is a lot better. Cooper, Doctor, you have arrived indeed. And while you're here taking a tour of SITE-42, make sure to grab yourself a beignet on your way past the commissary. Carson, thank you for not only your membership and not only your first donation of today's stream, but your consistent small super thanks comments. Since I've got you here, I should thank you in person. Thank you for these tiny donations that each one helps the SITE-42 cause. Much appreciated. Good afternoon. Oh, and make sure to get yourself, I'm going to say, an assortment of cake pops. Because due to your small donations over time, I believe you are deserving of a multitude of tasty treats. Good afternoon, Sherman. Me and some friends are watching the Until Dawn movie tonight. I'm excited because I love their depiction of the Wendigo. So, Until Dawn, the game, was so much fun. I played that when it dropped. I was in the Until Dawn mines when that game came out. Very fun game. I love horror movies, and I love Until Dawn as a horror movie made into a game. I honestly was not very much into their sequel games. And I didn't play the remake. I've been extremely busy, unfortunately. But, I mean, just my love for that first game lives on forever. So, I hope the movie's good. I don't know how you take the choose your own adventure aspect and make a straight up movie out of it. I think that's something games do very special. But who knows? Maybe there's something. Maybe there's something. Oh, yes, I can do that from here. I forgot. I'm going to help desk. My mission is making sure desk is okay. And I can do that on this end. That's right. Perfect. All right, desk life saved. Did my duty as site director. Okay, so back to the chat. Cooper, thank you for donating again. Look at all the signal boosters here. I'll tell you this. I hope very much that Mobile Task Force SITE-42, SITE-42, not with a T, PSI-42, the codename signal boosters, it seems to me that we've done a successful job helping Andrea Joshua Asnikar's new SCP live-action short film, The Switch. It got 200 views at the premiere, and now, one day later, it's sitting closer to 8,000 views, which compares to a similar SCP short that dropped a week ago. So I think we're doing our job. And That's all I can ask for of you, the troops, to help us support other SCP projects, and therefore they can make better projects in the future. If we as a community don't support them, then we cannot grow a community of this. So it's up to you guys. And Desk just sent me a special thank you to all of the signal boosters who joined the Chowdercliff Minecraft stream. Apparently I hear that was a swinging success. I immediately fell asleep after stream yesterday, so I heard good things. I'm glad you did not harass Desk. Instead, you brought good tidings of joy. Great joy, even. Congratulations. Sumi, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself a Danish on your way past the commissary. And you're saying SCP-250 got out? I doubt it. Containment breaches are so rare and never happen here at the Foundation, especially at Site-42, where we are extremely professional. This is, oh, it's that darn living dinosaur again. So, good news. Site Medical says I may be able to walk again soon. They say that my foot issue may be healing. And if that's the case, after we get some imaging, after we get a good healing plan, I may be willing to test with 250, provided I have the physical capability of running away. So we will soon find out. But in the meantime, security, I need you to check on 250 status. Right here in the database, it doesn't see it's loose, but Sumi said so, so we should at least check. Dihydrogen monoxide, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to get yourself a La Croix on your way past the commissary. La Croix. Can we feed 096 Site-42 branded chowder instead? You know what? Couldn't hurt. Let's see if some Site-42 branded chowder cheers up 096. Maybe it'll be less shy. Worth a try. Anything's worth a try at this point for that guy. Also, thank you for being a member, as well as Silent Follower. Thank you for being a member and for your first donation to today's stream. That's a wonderful, adorable corgi sticker. Kibiakiku, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself a grilled cheese, but like a fancy grilled cheese with a really good sear and crust on the bread and some of that really bougie cheese that makes it delicious on your way past the commissary. Why is 3199 in the pool? Security is really slacking today. Pulling up 3199's security status in the database. SkipNet. Okay, so here's the deal. There was a error in the refrigeration unit for the 3199 eggs. And so we stored the eggs in the pool, which we cranked down real low because we figure that's, close enough. But are you saying there's a living entity in the pool? Because that would be a problem. The eggs, that's fine. The eggs are chilling, literally. We'll make sure that's okay. Carson, thank you for donating again. Seems like they're going to time revert path to make the Until Dawn movie. Each time someone dies, they revert with their memories. So you're watching a movie and then someone dies and then they time travel back to before they died with the knowledge of how they died? That sounds like a group Groundhog Day scenario, which is honestly kind of unique as a concept. Sometimes in a movie a person dies and then they can go back and fix their problems. But for it being a group effort, that actually sounds innovative. So you got me kind of curious, actually. I'm interested. I hope it's good for you to watch it. I won't be able to see it until next week because I've got stakeouts all weekend. But yeah, I hope it's good. I hope you enjoy it, and maybe I'll get to go see it next week. Remicus Prime, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself some Allspark chips on your way past the commissary. Unicron versus the Scarlet King. Who wins? The Scarlet King, I think, is at a higher tier of universality, gauging by Unicron, and it's, it's a world eater. It's got Galactus vibes. Galactus has that extra universality too. I don't know. Something to me says that the Scarlet King is a higher tier, just by way of the lore and the fear involved. I have I'm just working off a hunch right now. I'm in the field. I can't do a lot of deep research, but this is just my guess. I'm gonna say Scarlet King clears, just because I know that, at least by death battle logic, Galactus clears Unicron, and I believe that there are levels above Galactus in which the Scarlet King would reside in that as like pretty much the highest tier of our universe, not counting meta entities like 3812. KBQ, thank you for donating again. Why am I never notified of these SCP transfers? I'm sorry, it was a last minute emergency thing, The fridge broke. What are we gonna do? The fridge broke. We had to do something, it was an emergency situation. We didn't want a bunch of chickens running around the site. Chickens that are horrifying, alien-esque, acid chickens. So it was on the protocol roll to put it into the site-wide announcements. It just didn't happen. It's been a long morning. Why not? Thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself, I guess, some condiments at the commissary, because help, I ate a Bible with no condiment. How did you do that? All Bibles are printed with condiments for this exact purpose. So you must have done this on purpose, meaning you printed a Bible and bound it yourself in order to eat it. Therefore, asking for help, I think it's a bit too late for you. I think you enjoy your trip to Jesus land in that vor Jesus' stomach. And when you come back, you can think about what you've done. Ridiculous. Inactive, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself some riboflavin on your way past the commissary. Has there ever been an MTF unit that never realized they died, so he became a ghost? Not to my knowledge. I mean, many mobile task force members have gone into anomalies that have killed them or deleted them, and then they come back as a cryptic voice on the radio or something. So I guess maybe I could say yes to that. It's still I don't know that they came back as actual spectral apparitions, though. That's far less common. Cooper, thank you for donating again. Could the Foundation contain sands from Undertale? Listen, the Skelebro can only take one hit. So, against one little kid, yeah, it put up a fight. But against the whole mobile task force, I'm not fretting. Easy to contain and probably chill. Probably the Skelebros would end up working for us based on their temperament. Cooper, thank you for donating again. Have you made the tree scream yet? Look at my eyes. Look at the bags. Look at the bags in my eyes. Do you think that these are the bags in the eyes of a person who has made the tree successfully scream? I would love it if I could get a whole night's sleep because we could stop testing on this tree. And it hasn't happened. Remicus Prime, thank you for becoming a level 1 researcher here at the Foundation. We appreciate you joining SITE-42 staff as well as your membership. Desk, Cult of Personality reference, very nice. Bored as hell saw fan art about Sans working for the Foundation. Okay, you've got my interest. I'd actually like to see that. I'm going to search for that right now. That's just a thing I like seeing. I've been on a bit of a kick of watching people playing Undertale for the first time in 2025. It's a shame when the Undertale fandom toxicity still affects people to this day. One of the YouTubers I watch literally quit playing Deltarune because the fandom was not letting them play the way they wanted to. It's a sad state of affairs. I understand being so passionate. It's just... people need to control themselves a little bit. All right, so what I found... Oh, my. Okay. Interesting. So I've got a fake SCP document for Sans here. A fake SCP document for Sans. I've got someone thinking of a death battle between Sans and 096. Interesting. And okay, this is kind of adorable. If this is the one you were talking about, I agree. That is wonderful and I like it. What an interesting, fun little adventure. Remicus, thank you for donating again. Finally, I can call myself Dr. Remicus Prime. Now I can do research for Cybertron and the SCP Foundation. Listen, those Cybertronians are a hot mess. The little bit of drama between Optimus and Megatron, we would appreciate some intel from the inside. So thank you for your service. We will contain those bots yet. Would 682 be able to kill Peanut? Reptile683 is your username. That's funny. So we tested it before, but 682 is mainly a defensive entity, except if you're humanity. Then it wants to kill you. But for 173, it just grew a bunch of eyes. That way it could keep an eye on 173 at all times. So it's not going to try to break 173. So that isn't going to work. Patchware, welcome to a level 1 researchership here at SITE-42. We appreciate your employ as well as your membership. Oh, wow. I missed a bunch of small donos because if it's less than $5, it doesn't pop up on the bottom here. But I can still see them. Carson, thank you for donating again. Even Sherman's bags have bags. Yup. Part of working for the Foundation is living our no-sleep IRL. Deactive, thank you for donating again. Sherman, I touched the hypercube in the hallway. Why would you touch the hypercube? It's almost like trying to play with a time knife. Why? You know better. Get to medical. Try to collect yourself and get to medical. Cooper, thank you for donating again. Dr. Sherman 049 used the gender switch again. Well, it has free access now. It is allowed to do that because of the deal we made. So no worries about that. 049 can switch its gender as much as it wants right now, as long as it's helping the mobile task force properly. I wonder if the percentage of death is, I guess it must not be as high for 049, because repeated use is dangerous for humans, but 049 must be able to get around that. Jover, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself a chili dog on your way past the commissary. I'm building a General Grievous model. Oh, very cool. I hope it makes a great decoration in your office. Sherman, I filled 682's acid pool with clam chowder. Then it's very good that 682 is currently in a test elsewhere, so we can clean that out and put the acid back. Clam chowder is not going to stop 682 from escaping, even if it is the highly delicious SITE-42 branded chowder. So, why would you do that? Bethany, welcome to Mobile Task Force Captainship here at SITE-42. We appreciate your service as well as your membership. Bro, what if SCP-096 fights SCP-343? Who would win? Purple guy in French show? The answer to that is clearly 343. The reality bending is of just a higher tier, but unfortunately neither of them will agree to a match, and we're not going to do it because then we would lose an anomaly to test on. And we don't destroy anomalies here, we just test them and contain them. So, none of that. Desk. Funny you should bring up that the Chowder is a calling card of the infamous superhero of the Foundation, Chowdercliff, who is very real and canon. The reason Volgan made the Chowder SITE-42 meme is because when Volgan joined my very first SITE-42 Christmas stream, where we put up the fireplace in the background and drank anomalous fluid and eggnog and told SCP Christmas stories all night, Volgan happened to join during our reading of Chowdercliff versus Santa Claus, a very real tale on the SCP database. And so, because that is when Volgan joined, that's how we got SITE-42 branded chowder. It is a very wild world we live in. Cooper, thank you for donating again. Could Asgore, not holding back from Undertale, initiate a containment breach? So boss monsters are pretty strong comparatively, but remember, monsters have nothing on humans. So it wouldn't even take a mobile task force to put Asgore back in its place. So I'm not worried about that. Remember, not only did Asgore, King of the Monsters, die to a flower, but it also died to a human child. So, we're not worried. Remicus, thank you for donating again. They are still on Cybertron till all are one. Well, hopefully they stay there so we don't have to worry about it. Alexis, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself some SITE-42 branded chowder on your way past the commissary. SCP-999 has been given a proton pack. So, 999 is a 2 meter by 1 meter goo pile and a proton pack. So the straps are useless because there's nothing to strap to, it's slime. I guess 999 could maybe fidget bits in. It doesn't grow tentacles and do like long stretchy things like everyone thinks it does. Remember, 999 doesn't even have eyeballs. It's just an orange slime thing. So I don't know that it would be super useful to have a proton pack until it grew a little bigger. Trike, welcome to level 1 researchership here at SITE-42. Thank you for your service as well as your membership. Also, let's hit that like button, people. We're at 141 likes and 300 viewers. We can make that ratio a lot better. I believe in you. 87398-051. Thank you for your generous donation here to SITE-42's coffers. I assume that you're doing so to help us with the budget shortfall for the overseers vote that we had last weekend. But I'm glad you're on our side as opposed to the other overseers who aren't. Make sure to grab yourself a full 3-course meal on your way past the commissary. Hello from all members of Site Aleph, as well as members of the council. Questions from Dr. Grimm. Does Dr. Clef go even more hell-bent shit forbidden? Does Dr. Clef go even more hell-bent shit forbidden? You know, I don't even need to necessarily know what you're talking about to say yes. Just that combination of words speaks to me in Clef language. I feel like that's a very accurate statement. Desk is literally typing in response to this, and I'm sure that he's going to agree with me in some manner or another. While Desk is typing, I will move on to Cooper's next donation. Thank you again. The UNGOC is at the site's entrance, Sherman. What are we going to do? Well, okay, if the GOC is at the door, then I don't have anything on the security roll call today of an appointment. Ask them what is their favorite color, and if the response is anything but chartreuse, shoot them. But if they say chartreuse, then next you need to ask them, does the green moon bowl? And if they respond with anything except yes with the stanky, icky stuff, then shoot them. But if they answer both questions exactly correctly, you can let them in. That means it's a very big emergency. Desk responds to 051 here with, yes, the answer is yes. It doesn't have to make sense. Clef did it, but we'll gaslight you until you honestly believe you went hell-bent and forbidden. Well, I guess that's that. Straight from the horse's mouth. Slavki, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself some coleslaw on your way past the commissary. Shouldn't we contain Doug in his chat? Doug is possibly a god, vampire, and a level 4 biohazard, and his Twitch chat is a literal purple humanoid. That's a lot of information to leave on my desk all at once. Okay, I guess I'm gonna have to research a Doug now. Listen, start the write-up, start the containment procedures, let me know what you think we have to do, and if you're right, I will stamp approval. Just give me the rundown. By the way, we are in the last 10 minutes of our coffee break today, which reminds me I need to drink more coffee. Trike, thank you for gifting 5 SITE-42 memberships to the fellow staff members here. Make sure to thank Trike if you claim that membership. Alexis, thank you for donating again. Thoughts on Cobra Commander and his organization? Honestly, are there anomalies in the G.I. Joe world? I am unfamiliar with their game. But as far as I know, they are just soldiers. And if they're just soldiers, then we don't have to worry about them at all. Political and social conflict. No, they seem to be just non-anomalous humanoids. So, I guess my thought process is let them fight. Godzilla style. I do not care what the Joes or the Cobras do, because trust me, politics, not our problem. Slavki, thank you for donating again. On the Doug wiki, it says exactly what I said just now. It's official lore. He is also a self-proclaimed Keter class SCP. Okay. Apparently there is more to the Doug lore than I was privy to. I guess this bears the need for a serious investigation. Thank you for bringing this to my attention. We will have to look into the Trike off the top ropes with 10 SITE-42 memberships. Jiminy sakes. Thank the Trike for your memberships when you receive them. And Carson, thank you for donating again, specifically a strawberry boba to me. I am a fan of the boba tea, so I will take care of that thusly. SITE-42 staff, I want you to know we have 200 viewers and 178 likes. Hit that like button. We can have more viewers, or we can have more likes than viewers immediately if you do that right now. Patchware, thank you for donating again. How would 682 deal with cognitohazardous material? Usually it makes all of its eyes go away so it can't see it, and its ears so it can't hear it. It just, and somehow it knows before it happens, which is super weird. 051, thank you for a second ridiculously generous donation. Much appreciated. Hey, sorry for the error. We got an error on our site, and the question was from Dr. Grimm, and he was asking if Clef made another petabyte of hellbent shit forbidden for the list. Dr. Grimm was asking if Clef made another petabyte of hellbent shit forbidden for the list. I don't need Desk to tell me that the answer is yes. Clef's job is to make things that you need to work on and to test our capabilities as a foundation. And so if the things Clef does do not warp our minds and realities in having to deal with them, Clef's not doing his job to train our staff effectively. So I can say with a full, puffed up chest that very easily so. In fact, the only thing we have to worry about is if that list gets any longer. Yeah, Slay 15, congratulations on getting a gift membership from Trike. Trike, today's hero of the memberships. Enzo, what happened? When did this man grow a mustache? I've had a mustache for the better part of several years. The problem is you might be seeing broadcasts from another universe. In another universe, Dr. Sherman might be clean shaven. Maybe he doesn't have a broken foot. Maybe he's just having a good old time, and I might be jealous of these other universes. Not for the mustache. I actually prefer the mustache. It's the foot thing that bothers me. Trike, did you just drop another 5 memberships? Trike, the hero of SITE-42 chat today. Members everywhere, congratulations to all of you. Hip hip for Trike. For the next minute, you may all spam all the emojis you want and Desk can't get mad at you. This is a celebration for Trike right now, so spam your emojis. You have 1 minute. Desk is looking away from the screen. Screen on purpose. Cooper, thank you for donating again. Chicken Jockey, more like Peanut Jockey. Oh my word, you guys are hitting those emojis. And congratulations to the new members for spamming specifically SITE-42 emojis. We got to thank one of our favorite SCP artists, Teeth, for these wonderful emojis they made for us. But oh my gosh, beyond you guys spamming the emojis, it's actually time for me to get to the work because our target will be leaving their Manny Petty very soon. It is shocking to me that someone with talents like that is able to use cognitohazards in a way that they can get a Manny Petty at a place like this and not have problems with it. It's really weird. Their arms look like the Long Quiet's arms. I do not know how anyone clips their nails successfully. Very weird. But I have to end out with my favorite SCPs right now. Let us remember, my favorite SCPs I'm going to list are not the SCPs I've written, because that would be cheating. They are my children. I love them, of course. I'm not going to list them as my favorites. Interrupting for just a second, Alexis. Any embarrassing situations with the overly flirtatious SCPs? Not on my watch. We are not fraternizing with anomalies because it's against the rules. And I am hashtag annoyed and asexual anytime people want to mess with that. That being said, I am constantly annoyed and asexual because they are constantly trying to do that. But we will stop them. Going back to what I was saying, while you can go read my SCPs that I've written for the wiki on my author page, the Sherm's SCP author page in SITE-42 Hub, make sure you take the opportunity to become a patron or a channel member or some other Ko-Fi donation to help support SITE-42 so we can keep bringing you bigger and better SCP content throughout our time. Cooper says the GOC brought cupcakes and a pack of 939s. Okay, that might be enough to let this slide. Just keep an eye and a gun on them, just in case. So, my SCPs that are my favorite, not the ones I wrote, and you may copy these from Desk's message, so you can go look at them yourselves later. Desk is going to post them. My favorite SCPs in no particular order are 3999, 3043, 008-J, Spooky-J, 5031, 5320, 5175, and with a huge content warning, SCP-8980. That one's really messed up. One more time through, 3999, 3043, 008-J, Spooky-J, 5031, 5175, 5320, and 8980 with a huge content warning. So with that, it has been a great coffee break with you guys. Thank you for joining me. Probably about the same time tomorrow. So keep an eye on the clock tomorrow. Make sure you hit the bell. Times are always a little random, so if you have notifications set, you'll be good. Carson, you have a good night as well. Thank you for donating again. And so with that, I will see you guys in the next video. As always, be safe, be well, and secure, contain, protect. Put on my blue suede shoes and I boarded the plane. Touchdown in the land of the Delta Blues in the middle of the pouring rain. W.C. Handy, won't you look down over me? Yeah, I got a first class ticket, but I'm as blue as a boy can be. And I was walking in Memphis. I was walking with my feet 10 feet off a beam. I was walking in Memphis. But do I really feel the way I feel?